What's up, everybody? I hope you're all having a great day. If you guys could see me and hear me, you gotta let me know. And today we're talking about how and why you need to be careful when buying a foreclosed home from the auctions. Guys, I'm gonna give a couple minutes for everybody to join real quick, but I have to let you all know when you jump into this video, I specialize in foreclosures when I first got into real estate. That's all I did. I would buy foreclosures, I would fix them, and I would sell them. Now, I did this on a personal scale with investors' money, and I also share with you guys how I did that. But I flipped over 50 houses, and I've done maybe 85-90% of that strictly from foreclosures, from the auction itself, not from MLS or not from Zillow or not from in-house deals, but from foreclosures. I used to go to the county courthouse steps and I used to purchase real estate from there. If you look at me, well, not at me, but if you look right there, that's actually a picture. Let me see where my finger's pointing. Right here. You're probably like, what's that picture? That picture is actually the courthouse where I would go and I would buy houses from. And that same courthouse, I actually bought a foreclosed house. And in that house that I bought, we were cleaning it up and I found that picture in there. Mint condition. There was like 4 or 5 pictures. I picked this one out of those 4 or 5 and I kept it. Now when you buy a foreclosed home, whatever's in it, after you go into it, it becomes yours, your property. You can do whatever you want to it. You can sell it, you can sleep on it, you can throw it, you can do whatever you want. Guys, also something that's real cool is that the first ever house that I purchased from the auction, I was 18 years old. That first home that I purchased, I actually walked into it and there was trash up to my knees in every single room. I kid you not. Trash up to my knees in every single room. All right? And not only that, but I can't see the inside of the house when I'm buying it. Now, listen to this. This is a live stream, meaning I'm talking and I'm sharing with you guys as things come to my mind. I'm going to make a more structured video of foreclosures, what to look out for, what to do when purchasing it. But this is a more exciting talk of back and forth with you all. So as I'm sharing with you stories and bouncing around, this is why I'm bouncing around. It's me live with you. So anyways, you can't, when you're buying a house from the auction, see the inside of this house. There's no way to see the inside of the house. You can only go and drive by it, see the exterior. You can only see what is there on the outside. You can't go into the house. Now, I'm not saying people don't go into the house. There's some houses that are vacant. And I know some people that will go into that house because it's vacant and empty to get a better look. Maybe through the back door, maybe through the window, maybe through the garage, maybe through the front door if the door is just open. I don't know. But 99% of the time, you can't see inside of a foreclosed home. Some people just peek through the window if they know it's an empty home. You don't want to peek through the window if someone lives there because you're going to get popped. All right, you got to be careful. Now, anyways, this first home that I purchased was a disaster. It was full of trash. I had no clue what I was doing. I was 18 years old. I purchased the home for $105,000. And going to the other point, cash. You can't go to the auction and buy a house through a loan, an FHA conventional VA loan. They don't accept that. It's cash, cashier's checks, and you got to be ready to purchase. That's important to know. Now, there's hard money lenders who may front you money. There's other lenders who are now doing where basically they give you the money as cash, but you got to qualify beforehand and so forth. And there's ways to get the cash, but at the end of the day, it's got to be cash. So you go to the auction, you buy the house cash. You can't see the inside of it. It's a risk. You can only see the outside. Now, that first home that I bought it for $105,000. It was trash up to my knees in every single room. I was actually in university, so I had winter semester, which is like a 1 month off of school break, which luckily I bought that house and then I got winter semester, so I had a month off, and every day from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m., 7 a.m. to 2 a.m., 7 a.m. to 2 a.m., just putting husky black trash bags and just filling them with garbage in that house. And I found some cool stuff. I found stuff that are worth money. I found stuff that have to be given back to the owners. I found some stuff that I was like, it's worthless. I even found a huge box, I'm not even kidding you, of Pokemon cards, which till today I'm like, if only I kept them. I legit had a guy come with a box truck. It was, I forgot how much feet, 15 feet or something like that, box truck. And I had him haul the 200 trash bags that we had. And then there was some valuable stuff. I was like, I'll do a garage sale. And then I was like, no, I don't have time to just keep it here. What if it doesn't sell? I'm going to have to hire someone else to throw it. There's a good amount of stuff. And I literally told the guy who took my trash, give it to your kid. Gave him Pokemon cards. I gave him baseball cards. I gave him racquetball. I gave him like a bunch of stuff, random stuff. And he ended up taking it. Now, in those Pokemon cards, who knows? Maybe it was a level 1 or level 10, whatever they call it, Charizard. Man, I could have been rich. I wouldn't have had to flip houses if I kept that huge Pokemon deck, because the owner of that house actually passed away. That's why I went to foreclosure. Probably 90 years old. He was a vet. And if it was a collectible or something he's been saving from 50 years ago or 30 years ago, it's probably worth something. But I don't know. It's already gone, so who cares? So anyways, that was the first house that I purchased from the auction. So the lessons that you need to learn is, in an auction, you got to pay cash. You can't see the inside of the house. And when you're bidding on the house, you're competing with other people. You'll bid 100 grand, it'll go to 101, 102, 103, 104, and then 105,000, and then you win. Or I can keep going, guys. This house that I first bid on when I was 18 years old started at $68,000. I literally raised my hand, looked left, looked right, nobody was bidding. Going once, going twice, going, and it almost sold for $68,000, and somebody raised their hand. A house I could have got for $68,000, I ended up getting for $105,000. Do the math on the difference. That could have been profit. I ended up putting $20,000 in the house. It was about an investment of $125,000, and I sold it, and I believe I profited $22,000 and something change on that house. First house flip, so it was a success. But when my family came to the house, they didn't think it was a success. They were so scared, like, what in the world did you buy? This is not an investment property, because it was full of trash. But I ended up proving them wrong with a $22,000 check while I was in college, while I was 18 years old, and while everybody was like, what did this kid buy? Anyways, guys, I'm giving you guys a warning in this video, because buying from the auction is not as easy, not as safe as many people think it is, and as many people preach it is. I used to see, I say used to because there's been a foreclosure moratorium where there's no houses going to the auctions, meaning I haven't been to the auction in over a year and a half because there isn't much options, if any options. It's not worth my time right now. But I used to go, and 3-4 friends get together. Everyone puts $25,000 together. They make $100,000, and then they just bid on a house. They literally pay retail value. They have no experience. They buy a bad deal. I don't see them the next month because they ended up failing, not succeeding, not making money on the house. You got to be careful when buying houses from the auction. The business is not easy. And I'm literally quoting what B. Bala just said. The business is definitely not easy cash, and you need to have more cash in case you make a mistake. You thought it would be $30K to fix, it turns out to be $60, $70K. Believe me, buying property at the courthouse is the hardest thing you could ever do. Maybe not the hardest thing you can ever do, but it's very stressful and it's not easy. But when you get the system down, you start turning these houses left and right. It's actually real nice and real fun if you do things the right way. I have endless stories of buying houses from the auction that ended up becoming horror stories if I didn't do this or if I did do that. A house I was like, should I go and drive it? Usually I drive all the houses I buy from the auction. And I drove maybe 40 houses that day. I was exhausted. 40 houses, you're talking about a house here, a house here, a house north, south, far away from each other, right? And then you just map it out. I finished with all the houses, and there was a house like way north that I didn't hit yet, and it was just one house. And I'm like, okay, this house might not even go to auction, because guys, when the house is going to auction, the day of auction, it can actually be paid, the mortgage can be paid, and they just pull it and take it off the auction. So you never know if it's actually going to auction until it goes to auction. At times I was bidding on a house where literally the trustee's like, oh, never mind, the mortgage has been paid, and he pulls it. I bought a house. I'm not kidding you. I bought a house, and then a couple hours later, I get a call from the trustee saying, hey, we actually got we got a late update that the owners paid the mortgage and showed proof before it went to auction. come to the office, the law office, we're going to return your money. I was like, please don't return my money. I don't want it. I want the house. Because they made me leave the auction at 10 a.m. in the morning, and I still had up until 5 p.m. to stay and buy other real estate there, but I was done with that one house I bought, and now they want me to go and pick up my money, so now I have no house for the month, but I already put all the work for that month. It gets crazy. So anyways, that happened as well. And sometimes, not always do all the houses go to the auction that are actually preached to go to the auction. They get pulled the same day or the same minute. I was supposed to say something and I kind of lost track. That's what happens when you're just freestyling it, right? But anyways, so buying houses in the auction, guys, is a good business when you got it down. Oh, that's what I was saying. So there's that one house real up north, and I had to drive to it, which is literally 47 minutes. I still remember. 45 to like 55 minutes. 47 minutes, I think that's what it was. And I was like, I don't want to go. I got lazy. But I'm like, what if that's the house that actually goes to the auction and I'm bidding on it and I only saw a Google pick? How do I know that house is okay? I got to physically see it. You buy as is, where is in the auction. You can't return. Once your checks are out your hand, boom, it's out. Cashier's check is made and deposited, it's done. So I said, let me just go to it. I was so pissed. I just went to it. I was like, all right, let me just go to it. When I got to that house, I'm not even kidding you, I found out it was a gorgeous 2-story home with the second floor completely burned. The whole top was just pitch black. And moral of the story is, never not go see your real estate before you buy it, even in the auction, and don't trust Google Maps or Google Images. That house was burnt from the second floor because maybe that guy or that girl who was getting foreclosed on got pissed, lit the house on fire, and left. And I was going to pay $200-something thousand cash for a house that the second floor was burnt. I literally saw the second floor rooms from outside without even having to go inside because it was burnt. You buy as is, where is, guys, in the auction, and that is how it is. Audio is low, can't hear you. Okay, hold up. Is now louder. Is now louder. What about now? Or now? Maybe that's better? Please confirm the audio is good, because I don't know. I can't hear it on my side. Some people said it's good, but I guess someone's saying it's not good. So just confirm that it's good. I just raised the volume a little. But you guys kind of follow with me on where I'm sharing real life stories with you on why you need to be careful when buying homes from the foreclosure auction. It's not as safe. You definitely get a good price, but it's risky. Anything that has risk, of course, guys, you know that it's going to end up being a good reward if you do it right. So when you go to the auction, there's systems and processes and ways you need to follow that you need to set up as that person dealing in that business. And if you don't, you're going to pay for it. You're going to buy a house with maybe somebody living in it who's not leaving, who you don't have to evict. You're going to buy a house that the inside plumbing, wiring, and everything is cut, destroyed, damaged. Holes in the wall. People, when they leave their houses because it's getting foreclosed on, they damage it. Now, you can't tell because you're buying a property. You're buying a property from the auction that you can't see on the inside, right? So there's always that risk, and that's why when you're bidding on a house, you have to have a big cushion for yourself to not overpay and then get screwed. You got to always have what they call a buffer, is something where if this goes wrong, I got 15 grand that I can fall back on if I find out that the sewer is completely cracked and I need to fully replace it. Awesome. Audio is good. Guys, for all of you watching this live stream, if you're enjoying it, if you're getting any value, if you're watching this after the live stream, I would really appreciate it if you just hit that like button. It's for free, and I'm over here chatting with you guys, having fun with y'all. And if you're getting value, hit the like button. And I come every single week, 3 times a week on YouTube, so I'd appreciate it. It motivates me when I see those likes going up, so thank you for that. So there you have it, guys. Foreclosed homes and the risks with them on why you need to be careful. The risks with them is, like I shared with you, you have to buy cash. You can't see the inside of it. You put a lot of effort to go and see that house that's going to auction, only to find out it doesn't go to auction because they pay it the same day and it gets pulled. And you better drive your homes when you're going to the auction to buy a house. Drive it, meaning go to the address before you physically go to the auction and buy it. You do this days before the auction just to make sure it's there. They could, the day of the auction, burn it, the person who lives in it, or mess it up or damage it, but at least you did your absolute best and have a buffer, some leeway. If the house is worth $150,000, please don't go buy it for $130,000. You only got $20,000. You still got 6% real estate fees. Even if you negotiate it, 4 or 5% is still expensive. Closing costs, repairs. What if you find out something in the house needs 20 grand? Now you're at the 150 grand already and you haven't even sold yet. You got to be careful. So if a house is for 150, the general rule of thumb is buy it 70% 70% after repair. Does that even make sense? 70% after repair value. So basically, the house is for 100 grand, you buy it for 70 grand. What I'm trying to say is the house is 100 grand, you buy it for 70 grand, and then make sure you minus the repairs, and that's how much you should buy it for. 70% of the value. I forgot how the English words are, but that's what I mean. If it's for $100,000, you want to buy the house at $70,000. This is after you've already put in your repairs for it. So if it's 70 grand, 70%, and it costs 10K to repair, you want to buy it at 60 grand. That's considered a steal deal. You do not find that in this market right now. You're finding 90% right now if you're even lucky. You guys get what I'm saying? Why do I have Liberty saying that there's no sound, but I have Leo, Rami, Jason all saying that it's good? The audio is good. Someone please confirm that for me. I'm a little confused. Is it good or is it not good? So there you have it, guys. Be careful when buying it and make sure that you're safe. Okay, Liberty's saying it's good now. B is saying, I just bought one now and I had to do everything except for the roof and central AC system. So he bought a house from the auction, had to do everything except the roof and AC. Had to paint inside, outside, replace windows, doors, do bathrooms, kitchen as well. The business is very time consuming, and also you need reliable contractors, not slackers as well. 100%. I'm actually very happy that you're in the business and you understand the business because you're also sharing with the people who are watching it. Kevin's saying they need better volume on their end because everything sounds good. Everybody's telling me they sound good. Kevin's like Samsung Note 10. Kevin, look, Samsung Note 10, great. But you got to get yourself an iPhone, please. When I message people who have a green bubble, I don't know. I don't like it. I like doing business with people who have a blue bubble. I trust them more for some reason. I trust iPhone users more. Okay? Bala's saying minimum he wants to make on a house flip from the auction is $20,000 to $25,000. If he can't do that, he's out. I love it. I agree 100%. That's kind of the range that I was in. I was like 20, 25, 30. Made on a house maybe 46 grand, something like that net. That was a phenomenal one. I've made over 6 figures on a house flip, but that was a little bit different. It wasn't a straight house flip. It was a triplex deal, and I flipped it. I made 106,000 or something like that on there. Something like that. I don't know. But the typical on house flipping right now, at least, you're trying to make 10 grand to 15 grand right now. You're lucky if you could just kind of move your money. But before that, it was like $20,000 to $30,000. You try to flow between that. He says iPhone sucks. Sold phones for a long time, have my reasons. Kevin understands the business. All right, guys, so there you have it. Be careful when buying a foreclosed home. I'm super glad we have people in this chat who are understanding of it and actually buy houses and can vouch and kind of verify what I'm saying for the rest of you all. Be careful when buying houses from the auction. Understand that it's a risk, but it definitely has a great reward. I'll go into more details. I'll share with you guys how you can buy them, the process of it, what you should and shouldn't do, and I'll make a more structured video for you all. But in this one, I just want to kind of give you guys a be careful video that was real quick and real direct, and kind of just chat with you guys about that. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get running right now, so thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for hitting that like button. If you're getting value, I'd appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. And then also, if you didn't do that, I'd appreciate it if you did that. And most importantly, guys, I talk about real estate business and money on this channel. And I want to see you all on this channel on every video that I have. And any questions, any video ideas that you have, comment it below and let's talk about it, because I'll make videos for you. And also, before I go, guys, comment below what city and state you're in. I would love to know. I'd appreciate that. I'd like to know where you guys are from, the city and state. So let's see that. And I'll see you all later. Thank you all so much. God bless and be safe. Bye-bye.